UAV attack by the Ukrainian armed forces on an apartment building in Rostov-na-Donu. How this propeller-driven drone was able to fly hundreds of kilometers and why it was not shot down is a big question mark. 13 wounded. Night FPV UAVs, VT-40 ambushes in the direction of Dnipropetrovsk and the destruction of NATO equipment. Don't forget to leave your opinion about night attacks by drones in the comments. Drones can be seen and partially destroyed during the day, but at night it is almost impossible to hide from them. Just a buzz like a fly and an unpredictable attack.
Don't forget to leave your opinion about the video in the comments, subscribe and like.
In Seversk, a local volunteer encountered a Russian FPV drone waiting for the right target on the road. The drone did not touch the man, and he was able to safely go around it. The Russian Lancet UAV destroyed the 150mm Bodana self-propelled howitzer of the Ukrainian armed forces with a direct hit. The howitzer crew realized the drone in the last seconds and managed to escape. Sumy region. Russian FPV drone shot down 2 Ukrainian soldiers inside the tent. The soldiers could not see the drone inside the tent. Zaporizhia direction. Outskirts of Plavny settlement. Russian FPV drone operators destroyed temporary deployment points of the Ukrainian forces, UAV control centers, and various positions day and night without a break. The war is raging on the front line. Over the last week, the Ukrainian Air Force has shot down 1 Su-27 airliner, 27 guided aerial bombs, 20 rockets from the American-made HIMARS multiple rocket launcher system, 2 long-range Neptune guided missiles, and 2,134 aircraft-type UAV vehicles. Don't forget to join our Telegram group. In the Kursk region, special forces units of the Russian armed forces showed high efficiency in neutralizing the threat. First, enemy positions were accurately hit by a BK, followed by the destruction of a mortar. The accurate and coordinated actions of Russian fighters once again confirm their professionalism and superiority on the battlefield. Destruction of 2 Ukrainian armed forces field depots near Konstantinovka. Ukraine's Desisobotic platform was tracked and the positions of Ukrainian forces were destroyed. Sometimes it is better not to destroy enemy drones, because those UAVs will return to their position and reveal the location of the position. Friends, you can both support us and get early access to videos with YouTube Join subscription. Don't forget to support us by joining our channel. During the reconnaissance of an enemy stronghold, a Rubicon unit spotted a T-80BV tank, which was shot down by several units. Footage of the defeat of the strongholds of the 54th Separate Mechanized Brigade of the Armed Forces of Ukraine near the village of Seversk by heavy flamethrower systems of the Southern Forces Group. Russian infantry throws explosives at the bunker of the Ukrainian armed forces and destroys the position. A sniper eliminates a mine. UAV operators of the 36th Independent Guard Motorized Rifle Brigade of the Vostok Group destroyed infantry and equipment of the armed forces of Ukraine in the village of Bogatyr. The latest images from the liberation of the village of Gornal. Russian drone operators achieved great success in these operations and played an important role in the liberation of the village. Russian artillery is relentlessly shelling the bunkers and positions of the Ukrainian armed forces. This is how a Russian aircraft-type attack drone hit the Ukrainian armed forces position in Chasiv Yar. Aircraft-type drones with powerful ammunition carry out impressive attacks on designated targets. Image's airborne troops had earlier attacked Belovody, and now they are clearing the last, southern part of the settlement in Sumy region. They are hitting bunkers and temporary deployment positions of the Ukrainian armed forces. A Russian fiber-optic drone destroyed a vehicle of the Ukrainian armed forces at a temporary deployment point. Soldiers now have to go on foot. An unstoppable Russian fighter crosses the field in the direction of Pokrovsk under artillery fire and FPV drone attacks by the Ukrainian armed forces. An armored vehicle used by the armed forces of Ukraine in the Pokrovsk direction was destroyed as a result of a well-prepared and planned attack. Homemade MLRS based on Bukhanka. Russian troops have turned this vehicle into a combat unit that is already hitting the enemy. The daily combat routine of the reconnaissance unit of the South Military Group in the Sever direction. An FPV drone destroyed a ground evacuation robot with a precision strike. An attack at close range on a Ukrainian armed forces tank, retreating from a firing position in the Podubny area. The stray ammunition landed a meter away from the target, but in the video provided to us, the tank appears to be stationary after the close-range attack. UAV operators belonging to the 56th Airborne Guard Regiment are destroying enemy equipment and manpower in the Kursk border region. Tanks camouflaged in the forest belt were hit one after another. Then, pickup trucks that came to evacuate the tank crews were destroyed. In the village of Kasyanovka, he destroyed a pickup truck belonging to the Ukrainian armed forces. The UAV operator waited for the right moment and buried the enemy pickup truck next to another vehicle, blocking the road. Reconnaissance officers from the South Group first damaged the enemy's 2S-1 Gvozdika self-propelled gun with several shots from FPV UAVs, then completely destroyed it and hit it directly through the open hatch. Seversk direction. A Ukrainian FPV drone crashed a few meters away from a Russian soldier riding an ATV. If the Russian soldier had been a little faster, the drone would have hit the vehicle. Ukrainian forces first hit an armored vehicle with a mine. It was then disabled by a fiber optic drone attack. Sumy region. A missile attack was carried out by the Iskander-M mobile missile system on the air defense system located near the village of Baratovka in the Kherson region, which belongs to the armed forces of Ukraine. Special-purpose drone operators belonging to the Vostok military group destroyed an excavator belonging to the Ukrainian armed forces, which was being used to build fortifications on the enemy's second line of defense. Smuglyanka's detachment and the Russian Air Force are striking Ukrainian armed forces positions in the Kondratovka area near Sumy with FAB bombs. Soldiers from the 56th Guards Airborne Regiment recounted how they liberated the village of Beselovka in the Sumy region. Extensive preparations were made prior to the attack. Crimean paratroopers used unmanned aerial vehicles to expose the entire defense system of the Ukrainian armed forces, identify fortifications, locate firing points, and launch operations. The assault groups managed to approach the village undetected at dawn. With a swift move, they overran enemy positions, neutralized all personnel, captured the village, and secured the southern borders. The Ukrainians attempted a counterattack with drones and artillery support, but the paratroopers repelled all attacks. The liberation of Beselovka enabled the Sever Group to expand the buffer zone in the Sumy region westward, thereby weakening enemy pressure on Tetkino in the Kursk region. From here, it is possible to advance southward toward the city of Belopolye, a key logistics hub for the Ukrainian armed forces with a population of 6,000. Footage of combat operations carried out by the 3rd Combined Arms Army of the Southern Forces Group to destroy the command center and launch site of Ukrainian Armed Forces UAVs. Seversk direction. Images of Special Forces guards belonging to the 14th Brigade of the Vostok military group. These soldiers carry out the difficult task of destroying enemy manpower and technical resources on the border of the Dnipropetrovsk region every day. Don't forget to join our Telegram group. A reconnaissance unit from the Yuzhnaya Air Defense Unit in the direction of Seversk detected an enemy FPV UAV and shot it down with accurate fire from light weapons. Two Ukrainian soldiers were spotted moving in the direction of Kupiansk. Then, drones carrying TM-62s flew over the road and fired anti-tank mines at the shelter where the two soldiers were located. After a few TM-62s, the shelter was destroyed. The TOS-1A launched heavy attacks on the 57th Brigade, which was hiding in a wooded area near Volchansk. Russian armed forces UAV operators and artillery units are destroying enemy positions in the Orakovo area near Zaporizhia. The epic destruction of a Ukrainian radar station in the Chernigiv region. Garin observed the ST-68-36D6 radar station near the village of Borzna. UAVs hit the target accurately, leaving no chance for escape. Footage from combat operations by Russian FPV UAV operators. They destroyed Ukraine's ground robotic vehicles. Then they destroyed two motorcycles in the same direction. Two Ukrainian soldiers are rushing to deliver supplies to their brothers in arms. However, a Russian fiber optic drone intercepts the vehicle.